In this video, we outline the writing prompt for the introduction section of your lab report. The goal here is to create a narrative that explains the objectives and relationships between the labs we are covering. As you use AI-generated text to assist, aim to ensure the language reflects your own style. Adjust any phrases that don't feel natural and review for accuracy so it aligns with the lab requirements. The prompting techniques that we will be covering incorporate an ability to personalize and refine the generated content. The approach will also help build your understanding of the material and help you finding the right tone as you edit the generated outputs. Now on the next slide, we'll discuss the specific approach you'll take to complete this section of your report. The goal is to demonstrate to you some prompting techniques that I found effective for writing content. In this slide, we're outlining the steps we'll take to write the introduction for our lab report. First, we're going to apply a persona prompt style. This means we'll prompt the AI to take on the role of a digital logic expert, as it helps us craft the introductory narrative. By guiding the AI this way, we ensure that the output has the depth and expertise needed for our report. But before we can generate that content, we need the information from each lab summarized. This is important because understanding the objectives and relationships between labs 6, 7, and 8 will give us a clear foundation for the introduction. To help with this, each lab has an introductory video. Reviewing these videos will provide the background and context necessary to inform the AI and create a cohesive narrative. Now that we have an overview of the approach, let's move on to gathering this information and using it to build an effective introduction. In this assignment, we're guiding the AI to produce an introductory narrative for a digital logic lab report that connects the objectives and relationships between labs 6, 7, and 8. To achieve this, we're using several key prompting techniques. First, we instruct the AI to adopt the role of a digital logic expert. This encourages it to generate content with an authoritative voice, producing accurate information that models professional-level writing in the field. Second, we specify that the response should be an introductory narrative. By setting this purpose, we prompt the AI to create a cohesive and engaging introduction that links the labs together, rather than simply listing details. Third, we refine the scope by asking the AI to focus on the objectives and relationships between the labs. This approach helps emphasize how each lab builds on the previous one, which is crucial for understanding the sequence of learning in digital logic. Fourth, we guide the AI to write at the level of a beginning digital logic student, ensuring that the language is accessible and free of overly technical jargon. Finally, by providing a summary of the labs, we give the AI the context it needs to integrate specific details meaningfully. By combining these techniques, 1. Defining the persona, 2. Setting the purpose, 3. Refining the scope, 4. Specifying the audience level, and 5. Providing context, we effectively guide the AI to produce accurate, focused content that aligns with our educational goals. This structured prompting not only enhances the AI's output, but also models critical thinking about writing and audience expectations. Now let's bring it all together. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to apply the prompting methods we just discussed. Follow along as I walk through each step, showing you how to guide the AI for an effective output. Remember, large language models like this one take a probabilistic approach, so your results may vary slightly from mine. That's okay. Iteration is key. Adjust your prompt to get as close as possible to the outcome you want, and then make edits to personalize and refine from there. Let's dive in and watch how these steps come together in action. Okay, the next step in our process is going to be to incorporate the information from labs 6, 7, and 8 so I can put that into a prompt to help me write the introductory paragraph for the lab report. Okay, so as you know, for every lab we had a little overview section that told the basics of what's going to happen in that particular lab. So my idea here is let's take these videos. All right, so here's a link to the video. When I go to that link, I get this YouTube page. All right, and normally you'll see this
showing up in a more condensed fashion, where the transcript that you see wouldn't be over here to the right. All right, it'd be more like this. And so you'll have to make the transcript show up, and the tip for that is hit this More button here, find the transcript, show that transcript, and then from there, I like to copy that. Okay, so we'll copy this transcript. So hit Command C on my Mac, Control C on a PC. All right, and then I'm going to put this into Copilot. Let me start a new chat and say summarize. All right, and so I hit a summary here, and we'll see what it comes up with. You know, it's got a short summary. Maybe I want more details. Give me more details, because after all, I'm going to paste this information in to a prompt, so I'm not worried about overwhelming it with too many details, because I'm going to let that sort that out at the prompting stage. Okay, so provide more details. And so I get a little more, and that does seem to represent what Lab 6 is about. Okay, so from there, remember, I'm gathering information for my prompt. I can copy all this and put this into, say, a Word file. All right, so let me show you that in action. I've got I've already done this in advance, and so I put this Word file together. I put a Lab 6 overview. Then I did Lab 7 right here, Lab 7 summary, followed by Lab 8. Okay, so at this point, we're getting ready to put this into Microsoft Copilot. All right, so that'll be the next stage that we go to.